How are the American people feeling about the state of their economy right now?
The American people hate inflation. They hate the high fuel prices. They hate the high food prices. So it seems exactly the same, except here inflation is only, and I say only in quotes, 9.1%, whereas in the UK it's 13%. But here we think it's very high.
Diana, is it almost unprecedented, the situation we're at the moment historically, that so many countries across the globe are suffering from exactly the same sort of economic and social problems?
It really is, Beverly, and that's partly because the pandemic was a global phenomenon. People stayed home for about a year. There were lockdowns. And then when employers wanted people to come back to work, it was difficult for some of them. Some of them had children at home. Some older people had retired. So we have these supply chain problems, which are not going away because of the shutdowns in China that are continuing because of its zero COVID policy. So we are going to be, I think, in trouble for at least another year, I would say.
And what does that look like, Diana, on a global stage? When you say we're going to be in trouble, what's the worst case scenario?
The worst case scenario is that we all have slower growth, slower economic growth for the next year or so. That's in terms of the economics. In terms of the geopolitical, we have a war in Ukraine. The United States has just poked China because Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, went over there. So in terms of the global geopolitical situation, which I'm not qualified to speak about because I'm only an economist, things could get a lot worse there also.
How does what Joe Biden is performing out there, what his economic measures over in America, how do they compare to what we are doing here at the moment? We've got this talent contest going on at the moment for who's going to be the next prime minister. Some days it's hard to work out who is quite in control here and what decisions are being made. What is Joe Biden doing to control the economy?
Well, it's exactly the same, Beverly. I mean, here there's a talent contest too, because people are saying, well, Joe Biden probably won't be running in 2024. People are also trying to pick the Republican candidate for 2024. So it's the same except 2 years earlier. But people are not happy with Joe Biden's handling of the economy. There's high inflation. Fuel prices have about doubled over the past year. Price of eggs has about doubled. Price of flour has gone up by about, 200%, tripled. So it's very difficult here also.
And Diana, you were a former advisor to Donald Trump. Do you expect him to come back on the scene politically in any significant way in the next couple of years?
No one knows. President Trump has always surprised people. No one knows what he's going to do next.
Oh, that was very diplomatic. But if he does, Diana, will you be lining up to help him out?
I will help whoever the Republican candidate is. It's very important to have low taxes, low regulation. It's important to get the economy going. The Democrats now, even though we've just heard America was in a recession the first part of the year, they want to impose a new 15% corporate minimum tax. We've just heard we're in a recession. It's no time to impose a new tax.